Well, welcome back to the EQN Sports Desk, driven by Holiday Auto Group and coverage presented by Ranch Fuel. I'm Amy Wilson. We're here at the NRCHA Cow Power Quarter Horses Celebration of Champions. I get to welcome up Cheryl Chown. Thanks for coming.
Having me.
Yeah. So I know everyone loves their horse, but your horse might be the most loved in the entire world.
It'd be hard to love one more, that's for sure.
And the baby that's coming is going to live in your living room and going to be very loved too.
Yes, it should be born any day now. Out of this mare, and I'm super excited.
Yeah, we're so excited for you. So let's start there. Tell us all about Extra Short Tricks, or Trick, the 10-year-old mare that you call Tricks.
Yes, she is by Shiner's Voodoo Doctor out of a mare we own named Short and Royal, who has done so much for my family through the years. And we bought her as a 2-year-old. We sold an embryo out of Short and Royal, and then got a breeding to Shiner's Voodoo Doctor. Ours was stillborn, and so this mare came up in an online auction as a 2-year-old. We went, looked at her, and bought her, and she was started. Never seen a cow, but started. And then Robert trained her, and he showed her at the pre-fraternities as a 3-year-old, and then he got her like a week. We were both entered on her at the Snafflebit fraternity. We were going to double do the deal, and Robert got hurt, and so we ended up having Ron Rawls catch rider at the Snafflebit fraternity, and I went ahead and just scratched because it wasn't really fair for Ron to try and learn a new horse and help me in it too. So anyway, he did really well. He won almost $10,000 on her, and then Robert showed her some as a 4-year-old, and then he let me show her a little, and then I got her and never gave her back.
And now she has helped you accomplish something that you've been after the whole time you've been showing.
Yes. The boxing world title here has evaded me, and you never know if you're, going to win one or not. But I got it last night, and I'm really, really glad it was on her.
Oh, that is so cool.
Thank you.
The non-pro boxing world champion, that's a huge deal. And you are also telling me more about how you've qualified for the finals. You're in the finals tonight.
Yes.
But also with the boxing drive. So tell us more about that. That's so impressive.
The box drive is super fun, too. She's made the boxing finals multiple times, but I started doing the box drive on her. This will be her 3rd year, and she won the world title in that. The first year, she was reserved last year. But she made both the boxing and the box drive finals now 3 years in a row, which that's hard on a horse. There's no day off in between. She's going to make 4 hard runs in a row in that arena, one after another. And that's hard on them, So I don't know that I'll do that again to her after getting the boxing title, but I'm so proud of her for sticking with it, and, you can't really save them in the go-round because it's too tough, but there's always that fine line between how hard you're going to use them in the go-round, so you still have enough horse in the finals, but you can't, back off too much or you're not going to make the finals. So it's a fine line to walk.
Yeah, she obviously has a lot of heart. And
a lot of heart,
doing this
yes.
for you. I think we should take a look at just how cool she is and how well you both did to win the non-pro boxing world champion. So tell us all about this as we watch.
She was good in her reining. She had a few bobbles in it. She probably really won the deal more on her cow, but I was proud of her. Circles were real good. She's just such a fun mare and so gritty, just so gritty.
Yeah, 214.5 in the rein work, a 222.5 in the cow that we'll be getting to watch here in a minute. But what do you think as you watch all this back?
Both me and her like to go fast, so that's kind of what we do. I've called on this mare a lot. I've shown her at a lot of major events, and I've called on her hard. And boy, she just steps up to the plate for me every time. I'm just so proud of her. I feel so blessed to be her person, and this was fun. This was just fun. She's so quick-footed. She has a big stop and just jumps side to side through that turn and has just a lot of expression. And she's got a lot of whip to ride, so you don't want to get on one side or the other, or you might not make the trip on her. And she's kind of goes along the deal, if you don't make the trip, that's on you. I'm not waiting for you, and I'm okay with that.
This is great.
Thank you. She's just super gritty. super gritty.
How many similarities do you see with her and the mare that you had, Short
A
and
lot.
Royal?
That mare was super quick-footed and had a big whippy turn like that. Short and Royal was actually probably a little stronger and stouter. This mare has a little bit more of a skate to her stop than Short and Royal did, but they're very similar, and they're both super gritty mares. Really confident. This mare is so confident, probably one of the most confident horses I've ever ridden. She's actually a little cocky, little bit, you know. I mean, she thinks she's all that, and I'm okay with that, because her confidence gives me confidence on her, you know.
Right.
And she's a little sassy, but that's what makes her a good show horse too, you know.
Yeah. Has she always been that way, or was
Yes.
there something you did to help develop that confidence?
I mean, we're a team, me and her,
Right.
I think. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people could be a team with her. She's such a great horse, but we just have so much time together, and I love her so much, and she knows it. And every day I walk in the barn, the first time I walk through the barn, she whinnies at me every day. Yeah, of course, I love that, you know. But yeah,
Telling you good morning.
she's just, she's super gritty, super gritty.
Yeah, you mentioned you like to go fast. Does that come from your rodeo background?
It does. I've had to learn when to use that speed and when not to in this event. You know, It isn't all about speed in this, and I feel like I've figured that out finally. It took me a bit.
Yeah, so from roping and running barrels, how did you make the transition into showing?
Well, it was, I think this is coming on. I showed 1 year, 20-some years ago down the fence, just a little bit. Like, I didn't even know really all the rules in it. And then I just rodeoed after that. And then I was just a weird time in my life. I had lost my mom, and my daughter had went to college, and I felt a little lost, you know. And I bought a broodmare for some good customers of ours, the Baileys, and she was not sound enough to go down the fence, and it was almost June, and I didn't want to breed her that late, so I was just riding her, having fun, and it was going well. And Robert said, why don't we just sneak off to a little show and you go back to the boxing? And I said, okay, and we did, and that started it. And yeah, it's that's kind of how it all got going. But it just was a funny, weird time in my life, and so it was just really great. Now, you know, we used to go different directions, me and Robert. I would go barrel racing and rodeoing, and he would horse show, and now we get to do this together, and so it's a really good time in our life as a couple.
Yeah, it makes it even more fun to,
Yeah.
to do it together.
Yeah.
So I love the story about how you bought this mare as a 2-year-old, and I think it's cool we get to bring everyone stories like
Yeah.
this. But talk about that and just going back and forth, going over your budget,
Yeah.
your husband not being so sure, and then now
Yeah.
look, it was obviously meant to be.
It was. We went and tried her, and then she was in an online sale, which I'd never done before. And, you know, we didn't have very good internet where I lived at that time. And if it's like you had, I can't remember, like a minute in between. And then if there were two bidders at the end, it went after it closed until those two, you know, it went like 2 hours after it closed, me and one other person, back and forth, back and forth. And I was in one room with my phone and my iPad in case one of them, I lost internet. He was in the other room on his phone in case we lost internet. And he kept walking in there going, Cheryl, no, we're over our budget. And I was like, get out of here. No, just go. And he's not a real submissive person, but he went, and I got her bought, and yeah, we were so shocked. And I remember looking at him and saying, you get in that truck tomorrow, you go get that mare.
Yeah. Well, I love how this has all worked out, and
Thank
Trix
you.
has to know how much she's loved, and from the very start, you know, just to do all that in the auction, and then now everything that y'all have been through, and the finals tonight. What's on your mind with that?
You know, I didn't have the heart as I've called on her here, and accomplishing that last night, to even take her back in there afterwards and school her. And I just couldn't do it. You know, I said, you've given me so much. I'm gonna warm her up. I'm gonna show her tonight, and whatever happens tonight is just cherry on top as far as I'm concerned. You know, I'm just gonna go have fun. We got the last thing that I really wanted to accomplish on her last night. She's won this before. I wouldn't mind winning it again, don't get me wrong, but however it ends up, I am good with it. I am just going to go enjoy it. I love the box drive. It's so fun.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, I can tell how much fun you have on her,
Yes.
and that's worth a lot too.
It is.
Just enjoying all of it. Any other final thoughts on what it means to you, and especially your reaction to winning the non-pro boxing world championship?
Yeah, I didn't really know. I didn't watch anybody else hardly. I was just doing my deal. And so I didn't know. So I was actually a bit surprised. I had a few bobbles in my reining, so I really didn't know. But she was just so strong on a cow. That's what won it for. And I don't want to go through this without thanking my husband, Robert, because he makes all this happen. He works so hard keeping me on good horses, keeping them trained, just right, knowing how to prepare them, helping me, training me. I mean, taking a barrel racer that's at my age and retraining them is not an easy task, but he's really good with his non-pros. And, I would have won nothing in this event without him. So I want to make sure he gets credit for all of that.
Well, I know he's extremely proud, and what a great partnership, and how much fun you guys get to have to do this together and to win together. That
Thank
always
you.
makes it better too. So congratulations
Thank you.
on your amazing mare, over $100,000. You've already won $6,500 for this win, but the non-pro boxing world champion Cheryl Chown, here at the 2026 Cow Power Quarter Horses Celebration of Champions. We'll continue to bring you these amazing stories. I'm Amy Wilson here at the EQN Sports Desk, driven by Holiday Auto Group, coverage presented by Ranch Fuel, and we appreciate y'all watching.